today. Markets are selling off. Thank goodness. We have words of wisdom from Paul Vigna, host of the Markets Hub, and
words of
perennial stock market bear.
Words. I'm not a bear. I'm a realist.
I don't even know why I have you on the show.
I'm a realist.
I like to have you on the show for contrast. Not that I'm feeling particularly bullish, but even I will confess. Over the last, even I'm going to make a confession. Over the last couple of weeks,
I'll hear your confession, my son.
Earnings have been very strong. But
earnings have been very strong.
Oh, I think so.
Strong.
But economic news, lackluster.
Lackluster.
At best.
Okay.
Lackluster. Sort of like the Carlyle Group IPO.
Is that your confession? That's it? That's your confession?
I'm going to say is, if you're looking for a reason to buy stocks, other than the fact that they're cheap, it's hard to find.
If you look at the trajectory of earnings, you said they were good. They've been going on a quarterly basis. They've been going like this. Now they're going like this. They peaked last year, and now they're going like this. They're going like this. Profit growth is narrowing. Sales growth. It was not a good quarter. It was good compared to expectations. That's a gain. It was not a good quarter.
They're up like 7% year over year. That's not good. Okay.
They are flatlining. And I'll tell you, people know it.
Okay,
earnings are flatlining. The economy, you're right. The economic data has not been good.
Let's turn to the macro, because I think that's the real story.
Yes, let's turn to it.
The real story, besides the fact that some meeting just left out and there seems like a horde of thousands walking
let's get their opinion.
Besides that, the macro here is mediocre. Let's talk about Europe. Problems in Europe.
Europe is this weekend, especially for Europe, right? You have the French election, you have a Greek election, you have the ECB meeting this morning. They did nothing, and not only did they do really nothing, they weren't expected to. Basically, their message was, well, it's time for the politicians to do something.
Oh my God!
And as we know, when you're relying
on the politicians,
what do?
Then you're really in trouble.
They kick aluminum down asphalt. That's the only thing they've done in 3 years. So you got problems in Europe.
Hasn't the market, though, already priced in that this Francois Hollande will be winning this weekend?
I do not know if they've priced in what I'm calling the Hollandaise.
Nice.
You like that? I'm coining that one.
Are you going to trademark that?
I'm trademarking. I'm trying to get it out into a post right now, actually.
So we got nothing good from Draghi.
Nothing good from Draghi.
Hollandaise.
Nothing good coming out of Europe right now. I mean, the macro picture in Europe is terrible, right?
Right.
All falling into recession. They all hate austerity.
Are stocks expensive in Europe? They trade at like some ridiculously low PE. I mean, it's kind of all priced in, isn't it?
No, Evan,
you don't think so? Let's turn to the U.S. Big jobs number tomorrow.
Big jobs number tomorrow.
Isn't the market already pricing in kind of a crummy number?
Market is expecting around 170.
No.
Yes, that's the number.
No, that's the consensus.
That's the consensus.
That doesn't mean the market's expecting that, because the market's already seen a lousy ADP number.
Saw that.
Okay, and it basically it's selling off on the back of bad numbers, economic numbers.
My point was, yes, you're right. The consensus is about around 170, but you've seen a lot of data this week. None of it's looked very good. I don't think the market would be very surprised if you get something like 120, 130, but if you got under 100, jobs created. I think the market, no one's pricing. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying if you got a really weak number, the market's not priced in for that. But really, let's talk.
Is this a temporary blip? We got soft numbers out from the retailers?
I don't think it's a temporary blip. I think what we just saw the last 6 months was the temporary blip.
You're feeling pleased with yourself, aren't you?
I'm not feeling pleased with myself.
You're feeling pleased with yourself.
Look,
millions of Americans are suffering, and Paul Vigna is pleased with himself. I try to tell a
legitimate picture. I try to give you the real picture of what's going on in the economy. I don't buy the happy talk, Evan. As much as you love to get, I don't buy it.
I see happy talk.
Look, ultimately for me, the real picture is there are too many people unemployed. Whatever the rate is, there are too many people that aren't working, and wages are flat. When you have those two things going on, you are not going to have good growth. Whatever the number, 2.2, 3, 1. You're not going to have good growth. That's where we are right now. That situation hasn't changed.
Paul Vigna, at least you're consistently negative.
There's consistent.
There's consistency to your negativity. Paul Vigna, thank you very much. I got to go. Thank you very much, Paul Vigna.